What's up? Another day, another disaster for the Uniparty. When I say Uniparty, I mean Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin, the Green Party, People Before Profit, Soc Dems and Labour. If you are someone that is supporting any of those parties, you're a stupid person first, and second, you're a traitor. Because it has become abundantly clear over the years, no matter what anybody says, that Sinn Féin are part of this regime. They had a chance a couple of years ago to oppose the regime when they had an open goal to do so, and Mary Lou McDonald had more interest in talking about Cuba. You've got Desi Ellis there calling people racist. That's a Sinn Féin member, a prominent Sinn Féin member that might lose his seat because he decided to call people racist that had noticed what was going on around him in Finglas. You've other members there like Paul Donnelly, for example, that was insulting people over the sniffles. It was a guy that hung up the phone to constituents when they said this is wrong, do something about this. Wasn't interested. Oh no, Brun, a man that doesn't know what a woman is, caught outside the doll. Apparently he's the mastermind behind housing. Harry Potter looking individual. Most people don't know that that guy is just an author. He's got no real world experience as far as I'm concerned, and he was moved around different constituencies to make sure that he got in. Lynn Boylan is his missus. Funnily enough, Ona Brun doesn't know what a woman is, but Lynn Boylan is apparently one. And her and Matt Carty caught with a picture says refugees welcome signs that they were holding. Now that's been getting me blocked on Twitter by prominent Sinn Féin members when I post that picture up. Quite interesting that, isn't it? So Sinn Féin are not the answer, let me tell you that. Mary Lou McDonald ran away from East Wall when people asked her questions about immigration. Members of Sinn Féin calling people racist when they decided to have a protest in the likes of town after children were attacked. Remember that one? Broad daylight. You also then have Mary Lou McDonald, who has come under the crosshairs of the nationalist movement and patriotic movement here in this country. Because why? Former Fianna Fáiler, first and foremost. Her brother's running around telling people he's a woman. You've got the wokeism that has infected the party wholeheartedly, because these people are full on in on all of the leftism. And what has happened is people have become now very aware that Mary Lou McDonald is Ireland's Kamala Harris. She just offers word salads, which is ironic because Mary Lou doesn't look like she's partial to a salad herself. So, we shall have a look at this video and I'll break it down because that's what I wanted to do on this fine day in Ireland. So Keith Woods has this here. He says, as Ireland approaches a general election, lots of videos like these are going around of party leaders being confronted on immigration. It's phenomenal to see, and what has happened is now, it's kind of like, and I'll use a euphemism here, it's like the Wizard of Oz. You used to think that Oz, the Great and Powerful, was something that you should respect and revere and sort of understand that, oh, that's them over there. But what's happened is the curtain has been firmly pulled back, and we have understood that it's just some goon working the machine behind that. So all of that reverence and respect has now gone, because not only has the curtain been pulled back, but also you've been disrespected many times. You've been told by these Uniparty members that you are not to be listened to, that you are racist, that your concerns are of no concern to them. So now it's coming to a point in time where people are hitting it head on when they see them, and I love to see it. I think it's very admirable to anybody that goes out there and does this. Look how she talks to them for 2 minutes without ever addressing the issue. They have no answer. They don't have an answer. So we'll have a look at this video here, because this one, in fairness to this chap here, I don't know who he votes for or what he votes for or what he's interested in, but he does press her on these issues. Now what's funny about videos like these, you get the shinners that come out and they go, oh, he's a Fine Gaeler or a Fianna Fáiler. No, it doesn't have to be that way now. Most people now think like this. Like, I actually am way more extreme than this guy is when it comes to Sinn Féin. I detest Sinn Féin. And the reason why I detest them is because they are a party that ran around pretending that they were Republicans, nationalists, patriots, but when push came to shove, they bottled it. And not only did they bottle it, but they actually decided to turn on you and me. That's what they did. So let's have a look and see what happened in this video. And we'll break it down as we go through this video. So we'll start it off from the start. And let's have a look.
I'm struggling to find housing for my own son. and me and my lady, we're together and stuff. But yet, at the end of the day, everyone else that's been brought into the country, they're being taken care of way better than anyone else.
Okay,
how can we deal with that?
Do you know what? I hear your frustration. Are you on the housing list?
I'm not on the housing list. I've got money. I work. I mean, I just want to. It's not about the housing list. It's generally, to me, it's about the lack of housing. Like, I can pay rent.
Listen to me. I was running up to talk to a man there who's renting as well, and the rents are absolutely great.
My little boy over there as well. Like, we're living in a house with her mum.
Yeah.
And we want to get our own place. And the price of housing is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we have set out a very, very comprehensive, detailed plan to fix housing. We are well aware that people have struggled and struggled. But here's the thing, that's why we're having an election. Because you have to make a decision if you want 5 more years of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, or if you're prepared to make a change.
I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about what's going on locally.
No.
The Carmelite house down the road that's full of asylum seekers, quote unquote, and they're being taken care of. They've got cleaners, they've got people that come in and clean up their rooms for them. These are people that are, they're taking advantage of our system.
So we have set out a plan to make the system to work properly and more efficiently and in a more resource way. But let me make this point. The issue of housing, of rental, of the ability to buy a home is something that needs to get sorted out by central government. And that does require...
The price of it is
exactly
crazy.
Absolutely. No, but I agree with you.
Well, let me know what you think in the comments down below about this exchange. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down this video for the remainder of the video, and there's an awful lot of interesting things that I've noticed here in this video itself. So at the beginning of it, as you can see, this man's body language is open, the arms are spread. By the end of the video, his arms are folded or crossed off, so he's not interested in what she has to say anymore. This is a massive blunder from Mary Lou McDonald. Now, Mary Lou McDonald is not some patsy in Sinn Féin. She's not some patsy politician. She's the leader of Sinn Féin, and she has fumbled here in 2 minutes. And this is going to show why people online, for example, they see the leaders' debates, they see Peadar Tóibín of Aon 2, and they are looking towards him and saying, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. You might not like that, but that's the facts as to what's happened now, and that's why it's important to be on the likes of leaders' debates, because, if there was someone that was way more extreme, in my point of view, I think they would have gotten all the plaudits, whereas Peadar Tóibín has gotten the plaudits because he called out all of the parties to their faces. And Sinn Féin don't have a response. They don't have anybody that's like Peadar Tóibín that is saying the right things. So let's have a look at this.
I'm struggling to find housing for my own. Me and my lady, we're together and stuff. But yet, at the end of the day, everyone else that's been brought into the country, they're being taken care of way better than anyone else. How can we deal with that?
Do you know what? I hear your frustration. Are you on the housing list?
So, within 24 seconds there, it's already over for Mary Lou McDonald, because when she says, I hear your frustration, and this guy goes, like, he knows that he's getting a word salad now. He knows he's getting nonsense. He knows this is what's coming. She also then does something that I find interesting, which is what she is doing in recent videos, and it's to come across as this sort of Brenda Fricker from Home Alone 2 character, that she is really a nice person, and that she's really got an awful lot of empathy for people. And to me, what it does is, it actually looks to me as if she's trying to shush him like a child. Now, that's enough out of you there now. That's what that looks like to me. Then she goes and says something that I have to be honest with you, fair play to this guy for being the way he was within this video. She asked him then, was he on the housing list? So in her mind, now I'm not a psychologist nor am I my mind reader, but when a politician says to you, are you on the housing list? Like, the first thing that comes to my mind is, this person thinks I'm a scrow. That's the first thing that I would think. Because, now, not to say that everybody on the housing list is a scrow, but this is the way people that have been on housing lists have been treated by politicians in the past. You don't matter. Doesn't matter about you. You're a nobody. You're just a do nothing. That's what they do. The media do it. The left do it. Everybody does it when they're online. So you can understand that the politicians probably feel the very same. They hate the fact that some Joan Army is coming up and asking them hard questions and saying to them, not interested. So this is a massive blunder from her within 24 seconds. See, she's not able to edit these things. Sinn Féin aren't able to edit this. So this looks as it looks.
I'm not on the housing list. I've got money. I work. I mean...
Now, at this point in time, she's pushing the hair back because she's like, whoops, big error there, because this guy is telling me now that he works and he has money. So now she has to change tactic very fast, and she's unable to do it. She heard his spiel, she looked him up and down, she thought to herself, guy that's on the housing list probably here now, might be able to wrangle this in a certain way. And when she heard he had money, she was like, this is really, really bad for them.
I just want to... It's not about the housing list. It's generally, to me, it's about the lack of housing. Like, I can pay rent, you know?
Listen to me, I was only up to talk to the man there who's rent.
Like, this guy is telling you, and this is where things start to go even more south for her, when she goes, listen to me. Like, she's just treating him as if he's a child. That's it. I was talking to a man there who was renting, and now the spiel comes out. Okay, he's talked about renting there. He's able to pay rent. He's able to pay that. So renting's very high. Yeah, that's high, of course, but you're not addressing the actual issue, which is housing. Well, you know, listen, Mary Lou McDonald has her house a very long time, and so do an awful lot of other people that are in these parties. They don't know what it's like to be on the housing market. They don't understand that when guys like this walk into houses and they see families of Indians and Asians and Africans and others that are competing against them from other places like Poland, Lithuania, wherever it might be, and then you've got allegedly the councils then as well too that are bidding against people to then put foreigners into those houses. There are things that are really going on. Because what the likes of the Indians and Chinese do, and this is a fact, and I know this because I know these people, they pool their resources together, they do. So there might be 4 different families together. They're blowing guys like this out of the water. No problem. 500,000 to them is nothing. Because they might only be contributing 100,000 each to it. And that's it. You're out. So this has all got to do with immigration. Everybody knows this that's under the age of 40 that's been to a house viewing. They know that this is going on. Anyone that's above that, maybe not. Or if you're wide to what's going on, fair play to you, you do. Because a lot of these politicians that are set and nestled, they don't know that this is going on. They don't care either.
As well, and the rents are absolutely great.
My little boy over there as well. Like, we're living in a house.
Now, that is another very important point as to what happens here now. And Mary Lou McDonald being caught totally unawares by this guy. Do you know what a smart politician would have done? Do you know what a very caring politician would have done? They would have said, where is he? Where's your little boy? Come on over. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that would have been what I would do if I was a politician. I would reassure this man and the little boy, you will have somewhere to live. We will sort this out. Instead, she was like, just totally flummoxed. Just Bambi, deer in the headlights. No idea. Bambi on ice, if you want to go with that. No clue as to how to address this, because her tactics don't work in real life.
With her mum, yeah. We want to get our own place. And the price of housing is absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we have set out a very, very comprehensive, detailed plan to fix housing. We are well aware that people have struggled and struggled. But here's the thing.
Now there's the hand again. Shush, shush, shush. I am talking. Because when she says things like comprehensive plan, that is a struggle session. That is a word salad to people. And that's why he's laughing at her. Like, here he is smiling at her going, this one's trying this with me. We have something we're working on. That's Owen O'Brien, is it? The guy that doesn't know what a woman is. He's the Minister for Housing for you, is he? He's the mastermind for housing. I tell you what, guys, the hilarity that will ensue if these people get in will be just unbelievable to witness. I know many Shinner supporter and canvassers, by the way, people that are in the inner circle, and these guys think they're going to get a crack at the whip, and they reckon once Sinn Féin get in, if it all goes to pot, these fellas are jumping ship. They're going to the right 100%, because they're thinking that Sinn Féin are like some sort of chameleon or some sort of expert in like psychological operations, that they're pretending to be leftist, and then when they get in they're going to be totally the opposite. That's not going to happen, I can guarantee you that, especially by the way she's talking here.
We're having an election because you have to make a decision if you want 5 more years of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, or if you're prepared to make a change. I'm not talking about that stuff.
Now again, flummoxed, because another line that she's thrown out: do you want more of the same? More of the same. Now, that has obviously been something that has been coached to her, or they have talked about it themselves within a party, because that's one of her lines that she was using during her recent outings and indeed in the leaders' debate. More of the same. It sounds a great little snippy quote, but ultimately, this is what she tried to do with this guy. She tried to con this guy into thinking, you don't vote for me. Well, that means you just want 5 more years of Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, or Fianna Fáil, or Fine Gael. No, that's not what this man has said at all. You've taken what this guy has said and you've used it in your own head. It has come through some sort of machine within your head and it has spewed back out nonsense. That's what you've done. And this is, look at the shock and awe in her face. She's like, uh-oh. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about the issues with housing, with the fact that there's a lack of housing, there's a lack of new builds, the fact that the government and you as well too, in Mary Lou Mcdonald and Sinn Féin, want to import even more people. There's no places for people to go. It's unbelievable. And our own people at that, because we shouldn't be looking after the world, we should be looking after our own.
I'm talking about what's going on locally. The Carmelite house down.
Now, that is, to me, again, where it goes even more wrong for her. No. Because she knows what's coming next, which is this guy is going to say something totally different than what she's encountered beforehand. And he does. And she tries to avoid that. Again, not a very good nor smart politician.
Road that's full of asylum seekers.
Yeah.
Now she's touching the nose there, she is. Now that's generally a signal of being very uncomfortable and having your opinion and words be shut down, and you know what's going to come now is going to be a bit of a proverbial slap on the face, you know?
Quote unquote. And they're being taken care of. They've got cleaners, they've got people that come in and clean up their rooms for them. You know, these are people that are, you know, they're taking advantage of our system.
So we have set out a plan.
So he literally tells her, there's people that are coming into this country, they're being housed, they actually have cleaners, essentially maids going into their rooms, cleaning up for them. And like, his opinion is very similar to mine insofar as, if those people are getting it, why not us? Like, why should we not have cleaners and maids in our houses? Like, why should that not happen now? Why should I not have a house? But why should these people be getting this? And she goes back to but we've put out plans and says, listen, you're doing nothing. You're saying nothing for this guy. You're saying nothing for the large majority of Ireland either.
To make the system to work properly and more efficiently and in a more resource way. But let me make this point. The issue of housing, of rental, of the ability to buy a home is something that needs to get sorted out by central government. And that does require...
The price of it is exactly crazy.
Absolutely. No, but
and that's where it ends then. She goes into the word salad of, well, central government and plans and policies and things and that need to be more efficient and run smoothly. Like, all you have to say there in this video is, yeah, I think we should have mass deportations. I think we should be looking into remigration. I think we need to be moving people on. I think we need to be doing checks of people that have come into this country. I think we should be cutting off the welfare to people that are in this state and they're from another country. I cut it off tomorrow. As soon as we're elected, that's what we do. The following day, that's it. Anybody that's coming in here from another country, no social welfare. Anybody that's been on it for the last number of years, you will be tested, you will be viewed, you will be visited. And if you're up to no good, again, the welfare goes. Not only that though, but our people should be looked after. That money that's being wasted on people that have coming into this country and are taking it and are doing this, they should be sent on planes back home. There should be massive fines being given out to the airlines that have brought these people in. There should be massive fines given out to the boat companies that have brought these people in. These are all very doable things. Very doable things. But instead it's, no, we're going to just make sure things run more efficiently and more smoothly. Like, what do you mean by that? Again, this is where the term word salad comes from. There's nothing of value that she has said here in the 2 minutes that's going to alleviate his problems, your problems, my problems. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it goes for all of them. Like, all of them that are in that uniparty, there's nothing that any of them are going to say that are going to change my mind. I will not be voting for anybody within the doll. That's it. Maybe ain't two. But ultimately, and when I say ain't two, maybe ain't two, I mean, like, the nationalist candidates, the patriotic candidates there are very important to be focusing on. And to me, you've got some big changes that need to be made here within this country. And they have to come thick and fast. This election has to be one where people decide, okay, that's it now. Enough of this nonsense. Enough of positive nonsense that these people try to spin out here. Flowery, nonsensical language. Let's get somebody in that is going to be like a hammer with a nail. That's what we need. You can't have people in there that are just like, oh, well, you know, I'm not sure. No, you need someone in there that needs to go, right, this is what we're doing tomorrow. That's it. No messing. Because I think now, in fairness to the large majority of people in Ireland that have seen this video, because Keith Woods has put this up and in and around 63,000 people have viewed this on Twitter, which is not good news for Sinn Féin. But more people will view it now, of course, on YouTube, because you're going to share this video, which I humbly appreciate. You're also going to like this video as well too, to make sure that that grows in numbers and that more people can see it. And I would appreciate comments as well too down below. I want to say one last thing before I finish out this video, and that is fair play to this man right here. Now, I don't know what his politics are, and look, he might have completely different viewpoints and different politics to me and all of this sort of stuff, but ultimately, I agree with what he's saying. And whether he does have similar or doesn't have similar politics to me, I agree with what he's saying. This country, at this moment in time, has been absolutely strangled by immigration. Because what immigration is doing is causing all of the other problems that are happening. You can't buy a home, that's because of immigration. Crime is on the rise, that's because of immigration. You can't get to see a doctor or a GP, or the hospitals are crowded up, that's because of immigration. You can't get to see a dentist, that's because of immigration. You can't afford childcare, that's because of immigration. Because what you have with all of those things is a higher demand than you have a supply. Now that is the game of the government. That is the game of the uniparty. Their plan is to do that, and it is to cause division and problem amongst people. That's why they've imported so many different characters into this place, is to cause chaos amongst themselves, rather than look at the politicians. But what's happening now is people are rightfully going back to the politicians and saying to their faces, here you, what are you doing? And what are you going to do for me? Because here's where we're at now as a country right now. A lot of people, around 75% of people now in this country, want immigration sorted. They understand what's coming down the line. Guys like this guy understands that even for his son, a house for him, for this guy, isn't possible at this moment. What about his son? You know? Or his grandchildren at that point in time. We all know we have parents, we have grandparents that were able to raise a household, multiple kids, on one wage. That's only a generation ago. Seriously. That's a generation ago that people were able to do that. That's very, very hard to do nowadays. They will try to spin it and say, oh, we do this, we do that, and we do the other. Childcare this, childcare that. Listen, I don't think there's anything better than minding your own kids rather than putting them off to childcare somewhere else. And this is what this government is trying to do. They're trying to encourage people to be pushed into the state quicker so that both people can be working. It's insane. It's insane stuff. And these are the types of alternatives that these people like Sinn Féin are looking into. So, I don't know about you, but certainly this is a video that's very damning for Sinn Féin. It's very poor for them. It's added to a litany of issues that they have gotten up to over the last number of years. And I think this is the final nail in the coffin for them, because for anybody that views this video and thinks that they come off somewhat well, like, you're either a stupid person or you're someone that's just so deeply entrenched in Sinn Féin as if it's a football club. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and understand that the football club is absolutely, completely, totally against you. And it's going to continue to roll on that way, unless there's some very drastic change. So, let me know what you think down below, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.